Hey there YouTube, it's Wheelchair21, and this is the return of Doyle's DVDs, and today we're looking at Funimation's home video release for Shin Godzilla, a god incarnate, a city doomed. The Blu-ray, DVD, digital HD ultraviolet freaking combo pack is here, and as we can see it pretty much has the Shin Godzilla poster on the front, and on the back we see quite a bit of the cool destruction Godzilla causes, mostly in the final act of the film. Pretty much, like I said, all of this right here, final act shit. And honestly, really nice box protector, basic kind of DVD case, back, boom. Only special feature we really have is Godzilla vs. the Nerds interview, which is actually like a roundtable discussion between three guys from Funimation and my boy Matt Frank. And inside we have our Blu-ray disc and our DVD. Now honestly, my favorite disc art is obviously the DVD version. The Blu-ray, well, it's kind of standard and follows suits with the regular freaking goddarn poster, as well as the packaging art. Overall, pretty damn good thing. Now, if anyone's wondering where the hell the digital code slip is, I took it out just in case I accidentally flaunted it at the camera, so I wouldn't have to take the time to edit it out by accident, had I not already used the code anyways. But you never know what could end up happening. I've seen idiots do that a lot of times on YouTube. I've seen them do it on Twitter. I've seen them do it on Facebook. So, yeah, this is the content. So let's talk about our movie and special feature. First off, I already reviewed the actual movie back when I saw it during the Fandango experience. However, since then, my thoughts and views of the overall film have sullied drastically. Now, one reason why I gave it a higher review during its initial run in theaters was due to the fact that, it was all about the hype. We rarely get, Toho-produced Godzilla films in North America. And, I've only seen the two out of the few that have been given releases, past 85. I've seen 2000 and I've seen this because I was born in the 90s. So, to get a chance to see it, great, and it was awesome. However, like I said, my issues with the film still carry over, and it's worsened over time, due to the fact that Anno really likes to beat that dead horse in how the Japanese government and the political system works. They do a lot of the just craziest and ludicrous things. Now, I don't think the government in Japan probably does all of that 100% exactly, just like how when other nations see what our government do, they have, all of these cockamamie things that go on in their mind that think that's how it works. However, it's I think that it's one of those things of, even when you're the person in your own country, you don't even know exactly all of the things that go on 100%, so it's never confirmed. So I feel like his thoughts were very, political driven on what he thought, how it works, and what goes on, so it kind of just is weird. I also have, this weird feeling that, he wants to radically get militarized again for Japan, even though he mentions, hey, let's just not get cocky like we did in World War II, because that could lead to our downfall. There's, a few things in there that just kind of, irk me. I just don't know what the hell's going on. Then again, a lot of people say, Anno's batshit insane, so just let Anno be batshit insane and laugh at it, or enjoy it, whatever you want to do. So, I really wanted more time on the creature, the Godzilla in this lore, because it's just so crazy, especially due to the end when you see the tail. That thing is just, monstrous and amazing, and it just makes you want to know. So, if we ever do get a Shin Godzilla 2, which there is supposedly rumor that they want to do it, I just hope we focus more on the monster, less politics. That's just me. Now, the thing I actually love and hate about the Funimation dub is it treats certain aspects really good due to the fact that most of the times when Funimation does their dubs, they still treat it like it's an anime dub. So some of the cartoony, zany voices that we'll hear from certain voice actors work for those very, hilarious comedic moments, or those things of pure terror. However, when they're trying to be very serious, it really, just throws off the balance when I hear, I think Todd Haberkorn as Rando Yaguchi. It just was so freaking weird. And honestly, I prefer Kyoko's natural voice, not her dub voice, when she says win-win. It just kind of tickles my fancy. It just turns me on for some reason. Doesn't help that she's, hot as hell, and you can't teach that. But I digress, because Enzo Amore is probably going to get fired or demoted, who knows, with the heat that's going on backstage. But that's another story. So, like I said, the Funimation dub is questionable. It's enjoyable, it's humorous, but it can also be a pain in the ass. So, like I said, you might want to just go with the really bland original audio. In addition to, being one crazy film that I want to see a sequel to, even though I don't like this film, it actually has quite a lot of special features in Japan, whereas in North America, we only got one. And I think that's due to the fact that it was kind of foretold, due to the fact that there was the price cut, probably 4 months before the physical release, or 6 months before the physical release, because it was at $34.99 or $39.99, cut down to $24.99, and if anyone sees the Japanese special features, it's like a whole making of the special effects themselves, as well as showing them doing all the CGI, which honestly they did try to clear up in the home video release, unlike they did in the theatrical release due to time and constraints. But we didn't get those. We got this weird roundtable podcast discussion featuring 3 guys from Funimation and Matt Frank called Godzilla vs. the Nerds, as I briefly talked about before when I showed the contents of this disc and set. Now, the issue I have with this isn't the fact that Matt Frank's in it, because I like Matt Frank. Matt Frank's cool. I'm sort of friends with him on Facebook. I've talked to him. I've viewed him before. But the thing is, he was the life of the entire interview. It was just Matt Frank. It was the Matt Frank fucking show. And the way that it was hyped up, not just by just the fans, but I think Funimation, they made a lot of people think that it was going to be one of those retrospective documentaries where they were going to try to get quite a few of the big names in the Godzilla community together and do these Q&A kind of things and give their thoughts on Godzilla, give their thoughts on Shin. But it was just really a roundtable discussion about the film and what they like about Godzilla. It was pretty simple. It's like an episode of Los Inglanables when me and Mucha are actually shitting on this film or praising this film, because it's a very questionable thing that goes on. But like I said, the only reason one will watch Godzilla vs. the Nerds is because my boy Matt Frank is the life of the frickin' party. Now, the cool thing about it is, someone actually took, this poster art, the actual original poster, and photoshopped all of, Matt's amazing, ridiculous reactions, and just shopped it in there, and then retitled this part, Godzilla vs. the Nerds. And it was probably my favorite moment when, I actually got the joke by watching this, because guess what? My release and my copy got delayed by, 48 hours. I didn't get this for, 2 days after it all came out. So the fact that I recorded it, less than a day after I got it and viewed both versions of the film and the special feature at least twice, shows I'm running on not much sleep, so I'm probably just rambling right now and I don't even know what the hell's going on. So, expect that. But overall, like I said, for $24, you get home video release, you got it on Blu-ray, you got it on DVD, you got a dub, you got a sub, you got at least some sort of special feature. The trailers aren't that great, but overall, I still want to see a sequel to this film, even though I'm not too happy with it. And honestly, do I think Shin Godzilla will ever make it into my top 10? I think it already sort of is, because it's a weird love-hate relationship I have with the film, but I don't think it's ever going to be in my top 5. I mean, just expected to be anywhere from 6 to 15, because since there's so many Godzilla films, it's a weird rotation. I think a friend of mine laughed at how I actually sometimes write lists on months and dates to show if my rotation of what a favorite Godzilla film is changes, my tops. So it's kind of funny, just because you never know. I mean, at one point, Godzilla vs. Megalon was my favorite film back when I was 10. And then it became my favorite film to watch when I'm bored as hell yet again. So I mean, you never know what the hell can happen. Shit changes for a Godzilla fan. It always does. Unless you're really, crazy about the Heisei era. But then again, that means you were probably living in Japan. Nevertheless, though, if you really did like my sort of review on this home video release, please give it a like, leave a comment, share it to a friend, as well as, say, hey, Matt Frank, Wheelchair 21 referred me to you, if you've never heard of him before, because he's an IDW artist that did Godzilla's Rule of the Earth. But I mean, you should have already heard him by now. But then again, you know what, who knows. Like I said, just subscribe, like, comment, share, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check me out at HeroClub.com, Hirotaku, and, have a nice day. I'll see you all next time, because I gotta go review, Mini-Plot Figure Awards. and clean up this display area that you sort of maybe can see. I don't really know.